So you've probably seen a lot of ads, they say, well, if you use this cold detergent, you're going to save a bunch of money on your laundry. But there's a lot of variables besides just the water temperature and what you're using to clean it with. Now, I've got this washing machine. It's probably 15, 20 years old, and I'm married. We probably only do 3 to 5 loads a month, so the cost of doing it anyways isn't really that high. But I'm going to go through all the different things between the electric, gas, even the sewer cost of detergent, and we'll see what it actually costs to run the washing machine. One of the things you're going to look at is the water meter here, so I can actually see how much water we use for washing the clothes. I also set up my kilowatt meter here so we can see how much power that it uses up. It's reading 5 watts here just with the water coming on, but to run a load of clothes, it's actually surprisingly small. And I'm pretty much basic with my laundry detergent. I've got some borax here. This pick up a box of it for about a little less than $6 at Walmart. Just put some in there to go and condition the water a little bit. And I've got this huge tub of Tide that, with only 1 or 2 people in the house, it really lasts a long time. Okay, I'm going to put you guys on a little break here while I load up the laundry. So I've got my natural gas water heater here. It's a Rheem, and it says it's 40,000 BTUs, and I can go out to the gas meter and kind of get an idea of if that's really true or not. But with the showers, washing dishes, clothes, tends to cost us $8 to $10 a month to use this for heating water, which really isn't that bad considering electric would cost us about 3 times as much. And here's the gas meter. Now, that half-foot one that's moving on the left there, kind of slow, but still movable. That one, once it goes around 200 times, it cost me 1 therm, which right around now I'm paying about 80 cents per therm. So, if we clock it out here to see how long it takes to turn around, you can see how much gas the water heater is using, because that's the only thing I got running gas right now. Well, the water's full. I looked up on the meter there and calculated out as to be running about 3 cubic feet to fill it up, which is about 22.5 gallons. And with the washing machine here on the chug cycle, it's pulling right around 700 watts, maybe a little bit less because it was a little bit higher when it started up. And on the gas meter, found out that it did about a half a cubic foot in about a minute. So we'll go see how long the water heater runs, and then we'll have to do some more calculation to figure out how much this is all costing to run overall. Time for the first spin cycle. Unfortunately, the water comes out a bit faster than my drain can handle, so I end up having a bit of a water issue here, but it just all goes right into the drain. I just got a little squeegee to kind of help that out a little bit. Well, we got the washing machine load done. I calculated out as about 6 cubic feet of water for the entire cycle, and 0.28 kilowatt hours for how much energy it uses, and that's relatively small. That'll get you about 1 mile in an electric car, and it'll run 10-watt LED light bulb for almost 30 hours. So it relatively doesn't use much for electric. But the washing machine is 3.2 cubic feet, and I don't like throwing the whole load in the dryer because I've actually ruined a dryer for that by that before because it was too hard on the belt, and eventually it just quit turning around, and I had to go replace the belt. So it's just easier to split the load in two. Now, got the gas on here. I just turned that on there, and right away here it's pulling 750 watts, or 880 as it has the igniter running in there, and you'll hear it click on. And there goes the gas, and now we're going to settle in at about 335 watts. So I usually let this run for about 20 minutes and then check up on things, maybe take some things out to hang them up, and when that's done I go and throw the rest of the laundry in the machine. I'll be back more with later. So here we are about 40 minutes in. It's still pulling 360, 370 watts. 42 minutes since I turned it on, and 0.19 kilowatt hours. The dryer itself is about 25,000 BTUs, and judging by the gas meter, that's pretty accurate. My shirts are more or less dry, so I took those out. I'm going to hang those up. The pants are still a little bit damp, so I threw the rest of the pants and a couple more shirts in there, and probably going to check it in about another half an hour, and it should be more or less dry by that point. So we're just finishing up here. A couple pieces of laundry, they're still slightly damp, but I'll just hang up the shirts and just leave the couple pairs of pants on the bed till they dry up completely. So I had 9 pairs of jeans, 4 sweaters, and 4 shirts in this load. So overall, here's what we got. It was 0.44 kilowatt hours to run the dryer. That's basically the igniter and the motor, and it was a little bit less than an hour and a half. So I'm going to go figure out some kilowatt hours here and go create a spreadsheet. See you soon. So overall, I think my biggest surprise was how much it actually costs to do a load of laundry. My actual costs are $1.58 a load, and the biggest part of that was actually the cost of the water and the sewer. I mean, that came up to 78 cents right there. Half of it was water and sewer. Now, seeing about how different methods of heating affect it is, to heat the water was less than 15 cents, but with propane or electric, you're over 3 times as much. The washing machine actually used up, not even a third of a kilowatt hour in electricity, which ended up being like 4 cents for me. So whether I'm on a peak or off peak, it doesn't really matter. And the dryer, it used a little bit more, but still, it was only less than 7 cents worth of electric. Now, here's where the big difference is I used up about a third of a therm with my natural gas, and it was about 33 cents. Now, a propane dryer would have been $1.13, and an electric dryer would have been about $1.55. So that's a huge difference there, depending on which way you're drying your clothes. Now, on the, I've got decent rates here where I've got about 94 cents for natural gas, 15 on peak for the electric. But my water cost, being by a large natural body of water, is actually kind of high. I mean, this is between the water and the sewer cost. I'm paying 13 cents, almost 2 cents for 1 gallon of water. I mean, I'd hate to see what rates are in, like, say, California or something, because that just seems kind of high for, it's like if I had a well out back, the cost to pump the water out of the well is virtually nothing. Electric cost, running a pump for an hour would give you practically enough water to run your everything for a month. So it's just kind of disappointing that having city water is just significantly more expensive than your own well. But for just kind of an idea here is, let's say that you have a electric water heater, the electric washing machine, and see, this is basically for running the motor, and this part is for running the heat on it. So you take those two, add in your water and your sewage cost and a little bit of detergent, and you're at like $313 to do a load of laundry. I don't know what it cost over at a laundromat, but $313 for doing a load of laundry at home is quite expensive. Now, I mean, if you were using electric heat and instead of and just did a cold wash, I mean, you could save $1.50 there. But well, wait a minute. That was actually the how much it. And if you hang up if you have an electric dryer and you hang up your clothes outside, you could save $1.55. But if you washed your clothes in cold rather than hot, then it'd be only 56 cents savings a load. Or if you did it in warm, you'd probably save about 25 cents. So there's a lot of different variations on here, but it looks like the way that I'm doing it here is pretty much the lowest cost method that you could have for any ways of doing laundry other than hanging them up outside. So my costs are $1.58. And I could probably upload this online if you want to go plug in your own numbers, because the dryer was running about an hour and a half, and I just figured in my 25,000 BTUs, so it took about 35,000 to dry the clothes. So that can be pretty much equivalent with natural gas or electric or propane or electric. Now my water heater is probably 55-degree inlet temperature, 60 degrees raised, 70% efficiency. It needed 16,000 BTUs, but some of the waste heat only used about 11,200, and that's how I figured in what it would cost, if you're using electric, because that's 100% efficient rather than just 70. And propane is both the same efficiency too. And then you have those power vent water heaters, which in my case, to save 2-3 cents, I don't think I could ever recover the cost of putting one of those in, because I'd need to have electric put in and piping out there, and plus they're about double the cost. Paying an extra $500 for $700 for a water heater, it just probably isn't worth it. Well, I hope you found this informative, and I might try to figure out some other what does this cost things in the future. Enjoy!